Yeah, like you said, man, they always go by quick. Just like the final season part 1. These episodes fly by. I feel like they're 5 minutes. I just watched a mini episode or something of an OVA series. Like this does not feel like a full length feature television series. It goes by so freaking quick. And another thing about Attack on Titan is a lot of times I'll be watching a show and I'm like, all right, what do we got? What do we got?
Halfway, maybe?
Halfway? Okay. You know, Attack on Titan is never that for me. I never see the scroll bar and think to myself, all right, 5 minutes and then we'll be done with this one. Never. Hey guys, this is a clip from our podcast. We're going to leave it linked above, so check out the full show. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys. It's here. We're watching it. Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2. You hate that there's a part 1 and part 2 to the final season, but it's there. Episode 1. What did you make of this week's episode of Attack on Titan, Germs?
You know, I started the episode. You know, I blinked and then it was already over, and I was like,
Same.
I was like, where'd it go? I was like, we're just starting, right? And no, it was already. I was at the ending, and I'm like, too good, man, too good. I was glued to the screen there. You know, the world just went away, and it was just Attack on Titan. And I was right back in it. You know, they went nice and fast, but like it just felt like I was kind of expecting, you know, this fast pickup here. You know, we only have 10, 11, 12 episodes, to go off of here, so they're just going right into it, giving it that spice. Tons of locations that we went to see, not just focusing on one spot and then that's it. Not just Eren, not just Zeke, not just Levi or whatever. We went just all around, but like in a nice, good way, where it didn't feel like I was being whiplashed. It felt natural. So I'm so happy they did that so well. Overall, what do you think about it?
At this point, the story's too involved to just have one setting being shown to the audience. They have multiple bases to cover with where all the characters are at. Like you said, I thought it started off fast-paced, man. Levi... So, by the way, just for anyone tuning in for the first time, we're anime only, so we have no idea where this is all going to go, which makes this discussion even more fun, to be honest with you. So, starts off, and Levi is seemingly dead. Bold choice, but
there's a possibility, maybe, because
there's a possibility, and I'm thinking that in the back of my mind. A lot of times in anime, like, they don't actually kill off the people, but it's Attack on Titan. This is a epic fantasy. Like, it's we're in the final chapter here. It's very possible that he's dead, and if he is, I won't hate that decision. I think maybe they could have done it better. Maybe they could have made it a little bit more dramatic, but there's so much stuff going on with the story that I understand. It was certainly dramatic to start the episode, and you see his face like that. You're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It's like that's okay. We're just starting there. We're off to that start.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me question if he's alive, or maybe we can bring him back, is Armin. Remember Armin? We thought, I remember him being like a crispy chicken nugget,
he was fried.
He was basically so fried, and I was like, and he's back, and live. So maybe they're gonna give him the serum and make him one of the Titans if they can. Maybe we don't know. Oh my
gosh, maybe
that'd be spicy.
Maybe,
but
well, what's her face, Hanj, right? She takes him, and off in the river they go. They get shot at. Of course, none of the bullets land because that's just how stories go, and so. If she's taking him somewhere, does that mean that she'll recover him? I think I'd be led to believe that, but I don't know. I really don't know. There's so much stuff going on in the story.
That was just like the first few minutes,
Yeah, that was just the first few minutes. That's the thing, man. So either way, his sacrifice, his noble deed has been served. He was a great character while it lasted, So yeah, we have that. Then we get back to the battle, right? Eren battling.
No, there's Zeke. Remember Zeke?
Okay, so yeah, let's touch on that. Zeke comes out. He sucks all of like the moisture out of the sky, kind of like it's pouring rain, and then it just like opens up. The clouds open up, and he comes out. And we got to talk. You're right.
Yeah.
You're definitely right. We got to talk about that because while he was, I guess, rebuilding. He went to a different dimension, a different place, a different.
It felt like eternity
world.
or something. He's like, oh, it's like eternity, but it was only a few seconds.
but it also felt like a few seconds too, right? And so we've seen all of the promotional pieces, right, of these sort of colors leading to this sort of
Looking
tree.
tree.
And dude, I swear, I'm not even just saying this. I was just about to say it reminds me of like an Yggdrasil tree from is that Norse mythology?
Hmm.
Literally, as you said it, I was about to say it reminds me of that. So, I assume that tree has some connection to all of the Titans and the what's the one Titan that gave them all the Titan powers and created this race of people, like Emir, I think its name was, or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, this is one thing I love about Attack on Titan. It's like it's like a Game of Thrones, man. It's like we have some fantastical backstory and hidden story elements here that we're still like we're on the final 11 episodes. We still haven't found out exactly what this all means, and I'm pumped. I like that they've kept us in the dark, showing us bits and pieces here. Like this episode, showing us little bits and pieces, but we still don't know what that exactly means. What do you think it means?
I don't know. It's a little hard. Maybe it's just like all of the powers of all the Titans. Maybe they all kind of go to this tree, and maybe they're trying to like stop the connections from the attack the Titans to the normal world or something. I don't know, because something weird happened because he was on Earth, and
Yeah.
then now he's in that. Maybe they're trying to cut the connection between the Titans and the normal people.
Well, he saw all those sort of lights in the sky, and he said, he questioned himself. He's like, "Oh, are those the paths?" So maybe every path is a Titan. I don't know. I mean, we're just kind of freeballing it here, but that stuff, man. That whatever the hell that is intrigues me. Whatever this demon-like creature that blessed them with the Titan powers and led to the Great Titan War, like that stuff really intrigues me, and so I hope Isayama really nails it here with the ending on giving us a fulfilling conclusion to whatever that is, So, so yeah, we have that. Then we meet up with Eren, fighting off all of Marley, right? So you want to talk about that a little bit? Great fight scenes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really surprised, and not surprised at the same time. Just like the devastation upon the city that happened. Like
Yeah.
people were like it was like flies just dying everywhere. You see people just getting shot up. Like
it was a kaiju movie.
Like it was just wild, man. Like people were just fucking coming in, parachuting down. People were getting all types of people were just getting shot at, and it's like, oh my gosh, the streets were looking like just a bunch of, like a graveyard. I was like, oh my gosh, they're going hard right here on the massacre and devastation here.
Mm-hmm.
I could really feel it.
Yeah, and like I said, it really reminded me. It is. I mean, it kind of is like a kaiju battle. Like a Godzilla type esque movie. You got these massive titans fighting. You got all the flyers. All the soldiers flying by with their gear. Just good old Attack on Titan stuff that we've come to know and expect. Eren seems outnumbered at this point. He's kind of getting the shit kicked out of him. He kind of, that one guy, I think he was blonde. Like the blonde dude warned him. He's like, "Hey, let's retreat. You're not gonna make it." And Aaron's like, "Fuck that." He just marches him down.
Starts walking.
Yeah, just starts walking. Like one of the most badass things ever. I honestly, I don't know how the fandom feels about him, about Eren and his character, but I really like Eren's character. I felt before this time skip, he was kind of a basic, bland, generic shonen-esque main character, but now he really has a purpose in his life. He has a cult following with him.
The Jaegerist.
The Jaegerist. He seems like he's got an ulterior motive, but he's also very smart with it. Kind of like a Light Yagami-esque character. Like he seems like he knows what he's doing, but maybe he's a little bit reckless. He's charging in there, getting the hell beat out of him.
We think we know what his goals are, but maybe his goals are slightly different, or
it's like Zeke method, dude. It's the same thing with Zeke. Like Zeke will talk about stuff, and as I listen to Zeke's talk, every time I think to myself, is that really what you want to do? Because I have no idea. It's like, as an anime only, I'm like, I really wonder, because Zeke seems smart too. He seems like a guy who might have ulterior motives as well. So we get a little bit of that, and then we transition to inside the building. You basically have the whole crew there. You want to talk about that scene a little bit? What'd you make of that dialogue between them?
Yeah, I think that was a pretty interesting one. I think it was Connie who was like, I've been betrayed by all my friends, or no, I don't think it was Connie because Connie is, I think, the bald one. It was the other one, one of
them.
those. Yeah, and he was like, I've been betrayed by Aaron, betrayed by Okapun. I was like, I've been betrayed by everyone. I just want to, I heard what he wanted, but he was just like, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of being betrayed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really interesting one because it's true.
And then they eventually talked about, everyone was questioning whether Aaron actually wants, sort of the Eldian population to not be able to repopulate. And Armin kind of asked everyone, he's like, would Aaron really, we're talking about Aaron here, guys, would Aaron really want to do that? And everyone's kind of like,
yeah,
he might. Yeah. It's not likely, but it's not unlikely. You know what I mean? So it's like, I thought that was really good. And like you said, man,
they're just not blindly following him or not blindly. They're just like, okay, could just like a normal life. It's like, I don't know, he probably will, but I know what I want. I they don't want it, but maybe he doesn't want it. Maybe.
Yeah, and like even Mikasa, right? They ask, you don't believe what Aaron said about you sort of blindly following your instincts, and she's like, well, I do have headaches, so even Mikasa, who is like Aaron's biggest cheerleader, she romantically loves Aaron and kind of cared after him. She saved his ass multiple times previously. Even she's like, I don't know, so yeah, like you said, man, they always go by quick, just like the final season part 1. These episodes fly by. I feel like they're 5 minutes. Like I just watched a mini episode or something of an OVA series. Like this does not feel like a full length feature television series. It goes by so freaking quick. And another thing about Attack on Titan is a lot of times I'll be watching a show and I'm like, all right, what do we got?
Halfway, maybe?
Halfway? Okay. Attack on Titan is never that for me. I never see the scroll bar and think to myself, all right, 5 minutes and then we'll be done with this one. Never. With Attack on Titan, with the recent seasons, it's always like, fuck, we only have 10 minutes left. And then they go by in like 2 minutes and it's like, that's it?
Now we're not at the ED. Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of them, yeah.
By the way, I was gonna wait till we're done with the content of the episode. Forget the ED, put that to the side a little bit. What did you make of that OP, my friend?
It hit right from the get go for me, man. I was loving. I'm like, this should have been the OP last season. Last one took me so long. It took me so long to get used to. I loved last season at the end, eventually, but
I was on the bandwagon.
The first listen.
Remember, I was on the bandwagon. I was like, Germs, you gotta like this, and it took you a few weeks to get onto it. Hey, you know what this OP reminds me of? And you'll know this one very.
Yeah, Death Note.
Is that exactly what you were thinking, dude? That's exactly what I was
thinking. And the visuals were so good, man. Like I'm like these are the visuals I want to see. And you saw all the different characters.
Oh,
Annie, Annie be coming back here.
And they had that sort of like Sakuga, like shadow figure to them, like the way they were drawn, very like intimately, like the animation on the OP was beautiful. So much action, like you could tell Mappa was like, all right, this is it. Time to give a good send off. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved it, man. I was loving it. The ED is a very weird feeling. It's like so happy and usually,
I'll get used to it.
Yeah,
I'll get used to it, I think.
The visuals were good. It just felt so weird to listen to such a happy song. But, it's the end. So, hopefully there's hope at the end of the series here. But, man, that music, man, it was beautiful, beautiful, man.
Yeah. All right. So that's our first discussion in our first episode discussion for the roundup in 2022, and it's of Attack on Titan's final season, part 2, the first episode. If you guys are watching this, we know you are. Comment down below. Let us know, what did you make of this episode? And are you excited as we are? The guys and gals, the weebs out there, we'd love to hear from you guys.